Ready. There was spirit out there. They're professionals, The group knew what we had to do tonight. We fought from minute one. We wanted to be the aggressive team. We understood that. We had to flip the script. I think I said that earlier in my press conference. We had to flip that turnover, and we did it tonight. Our defense fueled our offense tonight. We turned them over for 31 points. Got out and ran 44 points in transition. We saw what we're capable of when we're playing with that type of energy, spirit, violence, whatever that is. What you saw there in the first two quarters and then even into the third quarter was a team that was committed to each other and playing the right way.
Coach, it seemed like it was nice to have Herb Jones back on the court tonight after missing the last 3 games. He was everywhere.
Yeah. Well, that's what Herb does. He's everywhere. He fuels our defense. He covers mistakes. He's so active. I mean, to do what he did tonight, Luka's a phenomenal player. To do what he did tonight defensively, he deserves a ton of credit. Belongs in the defensive player of the year category, in my opinion. He has that type of effect on a game, and you saw that early on. He set the tone for us. I think BI and Z set the tone for us offensively, the way they shared it, they moved it, they trusted their teammates. I couldn't be more proud of those guys.
Yeah, we talked about assists before the game and the assist total. You did have 31 the other night. It just appeared that tonight's total was a little bit more impactful to the game. The way you shared the ball, is that what you envision night in?
That's the vision. That's the hope. That's the goal right here, is that we're tougher to guard. We have plenty of weapons on the floor. If we trust each other, we space the floor. As I said earlier in our press conference, spacing is critical for us. And tonight we trusted our spacing. We got into our sets. We moved the ball. We shared it. Guys knocked it down. Even when we didn't make shots, we were there to gobble up some offensive rebounds or put pressure on them. So keeping our pace is really important, but also getting to our spots quickly and spacing and trusting each other is the vision for this. Correct.
The starting lineup you guys threw out tonight, not a ton of three-point shooting, but I mean, how do you keep the floor spaced and do what you want offensively, even when there's not a ton of shooting?
Yeah, that's good. I mean, it's a good question. I mean, we're gonna that group was fueled by our defense a lot. A lot of their stuff's going to be done in transition and flow. But we're just going to have to get creative with how we space guys on the backside. We're going to cut. We can be at the rim a little bit more, as you saw Z and JV playing together in the 2-man game at the rim. We got to get a little bit more creative with that group, which we have, and trust it. I mean, Herb's capable of knocking down shots. Dice can knock down shots. We trust them. We believe in them. And I think you saw that tonight. So, and then when we continue to add more shooting on the court, it's going to get even more interesting for our opponents.
And defensively, you guys started with Dyson on Luke and Herb on Lively. Can you just explain that decision and why it was effective for you guys in this game?
Well, I think we just wanted to slow them down early. We didn't stay in that coverage the whole time, but we wanted to give them a different look, as we talked about. You got to mix up coverages. We thought, putting that matchup there, we could switch their pick and roll with the 5 and maintain size on the big. They hurt us a little bit on the board early, but I think it slowed down their offense a little bit, and that's what we did tonight. We just broke up rhythm. We disrupted them. Guys were really committed to the game plan, what we wanted to do defensively, and I think you saw that.
You talked before the game about the importance of getting out in transition, scoring. Team ends up with 40-plus fast break points. I mean, what kind of few?
I'm assuming that's our high for the year.
Yeah,
it's got to be.
For a long time.
Yeah.
I guess what kind of fueled that tonight for you guys?
Well, I thought it was our activity defensively. I think we're capable of doing this. We want to get out and run. We have the athletes and the speed to do this. Unfortunately, we haven't done it to this type of level in the last, I'd say, 4 games. So I think a lot of that was our defense. Obviously, we turned them over, right? 20 turnovers, we turned into 31 points. So we deserve a ton of credit there. But even the shots that we rebounded, we got stops out of, we're looking ahead. We're trusting each other, trusting the kick ahead. We got threes. We got rim. We had Z at the rim. We had kick out threes. When we play at this pace, we're just going to be tougher and tougher to guard. It's just trusting it. And our guys really trusted and believed in it tonight.
Jordan had a pretty tough night a couple of days ago and come out.
What did he do? He kept shooting the ball. What was he?
25 tonight, I think he ended up with. What does it say about
a lot of shots up, 12. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, what does it say about a rookie just to continue to shoot the ball the way he does no matter what?
Well, we want our guys to play with confidence, and Jordan's one of those guys. You don't have to tell him to shoot the ball. He has great confidence. So if he's open, knock it down, and we've seen a couple of games like this so far for a rookie. I think he's up there. I don't know what he's made, how many he's made as a rookie, but I think it's got to be up there as far as, most threes made after your first 10 games. But when he's doing that, it spaces the floor. He plays with great pace. A lot of his stuff he's getting in transition. As you know, if you tried to run from one end to the other to get to the corner and shoot the ball, it'd be pretty tough. It's tough to do that. He's able to do that right now with his speed. So we love what he does for us. We love his confidence. That's why we drafted him. We believe in him.
Coach, just to talk about the defense a little bit more, one of the big things was, Dallas was not able to get those second chance points that they got in the first game that you played against them. And also it seemed like you did a much better job of restricting their movement, keeping guys in front defensively and not allowing them to cut through the lane or find soft spots in the defense. Was there something that you worked on in the day?
There's a couple of things. Number one, they took pride in guarding their man one-on-one. I think you saw that physicality by Dyson and Herb. Even Z was out there on the perimeter, moving his feet, guarding one-on-one. That's the first thing. Secondly, when there's such a dynamic pick and roll team, they're one of the best pick and roll teams in the league. With Luka, Kyrie, it's tough. The part of our slowing them down was our switching, of their pick and roll, limiting the rotations on the backside. I think in the first game, we were rotating all night, and that's tough against a team like this. Tonight, we slowed them down with our switching, changing some matchups. So I think that's a big part of it. But the biggest part was just our overall physicality on the ball, our pride one-on-one to guard. When shot goes up, we were in better position to rebound tonight. So great effort by our guys defensively.
I thought JV had a really good game. Although, Dallas is a huge pick and roll team, easily kind of could have played him off the floor, but he was able to kind of stay in front of guys. Can you speak to his game today?
Yeah, I thought he was great. I mean, JV's been a pro all year. He's a fantastic player. And we knew tonight they were going to try to pick on him. They're going to try to go at him in the pick and roll. And even the ones he was in, I thought he competed. He was much better being up at the level and back and dropping and moving. I didn't see them getting downhill a whole lot on him. I can think of maybe one possession where Kyrie got by him and he turned the corner. But in general, he stays in front. He's active. He rebounds. He did a nice job for us offensively as well. As you saw, we posted him a little bit. He was able to make some plays out of the post for his teammates. He's had a real effect on this team this season on both sides. And he just stays with it. You think he's going to be run off the floor with his size, and he just finds a way to stay on the floor.
We talked about Brandon and Zion and just needing more from those guys. What did you think about the games they had?
Well, as I said, I thought they set the tone for us, offensively. Their ability to share the ball, move the ball, to me, set the tone offensively. That's where the assist started, trusting their teammates. BI was very aggressive getting downhill. He got to his spots. I thought Z had a transition game tonight that he's capable of. He got out in transition, found some easy stuff. I thought he just played the right way. That's the whole key right now with our team. It's just play the right way, make the right play for each other, trust each other, and this is what we're capable of. And I thought BI and Z both set the tone for us in that regard.
Kind of to that point, being able to get this win and snap that 5-game losing streak, and even winning in the manner that you did, putting the complete 48 minutes together. You think this is something that kind of springboard the team forward, knowing what they're capable of when they play the right way, like you said?
Well, it's our choice to do that. This is a choice, right? I think we're capable of doing this. Now we got to respond. We responded to our last loss the right way. Good teams, great teams respond to wins too. There's another game in a couple days against a very good team, in a couple days. Can we build on this? Absolutely. But we don't want to rest on this. And it's one game. We responded the right way. Now we got to respond to a win the right way on our home court. I think that's on Friday night. Yeah.
Coach, you might be interested in this defensive stat. But we got a first time tonight in franchise history, and the first time in the league this season, all 5 starters had at least 4 assists and 1 steal. And it's only happened 3 times since the start of the 2005-06 season.
All our starters had 4 assists and 1 steal. They're capable of doing that. It's special. I mean, they had a special night. Now the goal is to continue to build on that and keep competing. I thought they were fantastic. They deserve a lot of credit. Good. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, guys.
All right. For all things Pelicans, you're now tuned into the Pelican Postgame Report. Much love to the fan. Appreciate y'all being in this episode of the Pelican Postgame Report entitled "The Pelicans Absolutely Smash Down and Crash Down on the Mavs." They get a little revenge. 131-110 beating the Mavs into the ground to stop the 5-game slide. Boy, what a performance by the Pelicans tonight, man. Let me tell you, Herb, what he did, Jayhawk, so many great performances today. The team played with such intensity, such energy, man, and it was really refreshing to see that. Even Coach Borrego is a refreshing breath, fresh air for the Pelicans as opposed to the very monotone and steady, stoic Willie Green. So, with that being said, I welcome y'all into the Pelican postgame report. I'm Big Q. I got co-host DC in the place. Fam, this was big. DC, quickly, let's talk about this Borrego, bro. His thoughts during the press conference, man, a little bit of different than what you would hear from old Coach Willie.
Yeah, man, he more detail oriented. Definitely pointed out a lot of things. Jay Black said it best. This is how you speak life into players. Let's see, Jay Black. I liked his assessment of what was going on, but I think James Borrego definitely helped. I think him coaching the team real time, showing them what to do, how to do it, just being that voice, helped him execute his offense, right? But we cannot underestimate the first person he pointed out, because that's what jumped out to me, as well as Najee too. Najee brought a lot of energy, man, and that's when the shift kind of happened. But Herb Jones, man, when Herb went out, our whole defense left with him. Herb come back, and all of a sudden we got defense again. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, he's the real MVP tonight. Watching what him and Dice did on Luka was masterful, man. That's how it all started. And then seeing the execution, the X's and O's of James Borrego also was a breath of fresh air too. And hopefully all of this can translate when Willie comes back, because I'm not ready to have, oh, he should be the coach. We always do this. One thing happened, and next we're gonna be Jordan Hawkins should be starting over CJ. Let's just enjoy the ride, man. Pel's back on track, and hopefully this game can be a turning point for the season, getting over that five-game losing streak we just came off of.
Yeah, it feels good to win. I'm going to tell you the truth, DC. This was a fantastic performance. Coach Borrego spoke about this is how you respond to the last loss that we had, to come out and absolutely flatten this team. And the Pelicans played with such force. It was just so very excellent to see that going on. We put up a 44-point third quarter. The Pelicans were in full control of this game from the start to the finish, and they were just excellent. It was fantastic, man. What can I say about that? We're gonna bring Lex in here to chime in momentarily. Let's hit these team stats first, man. In this matchup, the Pelicans, DC, Lexa, they were 52.1% shooting from the field, 49 of 94, 14 of 38 from downtown for 37%, 19 of 26 from the foul line for 73.1%. Mavs 38 of 90 for 42.2. There were 14 of 42 from downtown for 33.3, 20 of 26 from the foul line for 77%. Rebounds, Mavs 45 to Pels 42. 33 assists by the Pelicans tonight versus 25 by the Mavs. Pels had 17 steals versus 4 by the Mavs, 6-3 on the blocks. The turnovers, Pelicans held the turnovers down 13 points. 13 turnovers to 20 by the Mavs. They had 10 points off versus 31 by the Mavs. And then if you look at the fast break points, 46-12 on fast break points by the Pelicans, 60-40 on points in the paint. A lot of fantastic stats right there, man. That's really just awesome stats. I love the assists. Love a lot of those stats. Lex, talk about the stats. Welcome on in.
Yeah, what up with y'all?
It's all good here, Lex. Pels win, so you know we happy.
Yeah, they play with an edge tonight.
You see it.
But yeah, like just overall, they did very well. Turnovers were down. I mean, the rebounds were neck and neck, but it's not a huge gap, so not much to dislike there. Everything was pretty much neck and neck. I mean, even with the free throw percentage, I mean, we didn't win that, but obviously shooting, a little bit above 70%, definitely take that. But I think really what I want to comment about is not even in the stats. I mean, it was the energy. It was the energy and the effort. And I've been talking about that, with all these shows. That was the biggest thing. Energy and effort takes you a long ways. And it really didn't matter in the stats. I mean, stats can tell a different story, but that energy and effort it was beautiful tonight. I would love to see that every single game from here on out. If they could have that energy, I mean, that gives you a chance to win every single game. But it really is just about consistency. But I think that's the biggest stat of the night is just the energy. Because that can't really be measured. It's just something that you'd have to have, and that you put forth out on the court. So I think that was the biggest thing for me.
Yeah, there is no denying the fact that the Pelicans, the intensity, the energy they came out with, Najee Marshall, Hawkins, oh man, it's just Herb Jones.
It was contagious.
Right. It was just unbelievable how they played tonight, man. And that is really that's just really what we've been calling for. It was
Yeah.
excellent, man. It was fantastic. The effort was off the chain, man. It just flustered the hell out of the Mavs, man. It was awesome. What can I say? Now, I just want to be able to kind of multiply this, and we keep doing this. So, I mean,
Well, there's one thing we still haven't done that we need to do, and it's the only negative point from the night. We still ain't played 4 quarters of basketball. So I want to see them multiply this effort, but we only scored 17 in the 4th quarter. We have to play 4 quarters of basketball. Obviously, I ain't expect them to score 33 or 37, but you got to at least get in the 20s for that 4 quarters. So other than that, man, masterful win by the Pels. A lot to look forward to, and I don't know how the hell this playing format works, but I think if we beat the Denver Nuggets, we get to go to Vegas. Am I correct?
I don't know. I don't think Denver's in playing it, are they?
Everybody is playing. All the games playing tonight are in-season tournament games. So I think it's based off of like everything matters. Even and Joel Embiid, he talked about it. Even the point differential, that matters. That goes into the standings on who goes on to Vegas. So if you're like 3-1, and another team is 3-1, then it comes down to the point differential on how much they beat the teams that they won by, and whoever has the highest point differential, even though both teams may be 3-1, the team that has the highest point differential with all the teams, that team is going to go on.
Okay.
That way there's no, it's kind of like it makes you kind of like how Summer League was a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because some teams had the same record, but it's like, okay, well, who goes? Well, then they go to the point differential to see, whoever had the biggest gap, they go on to the big dance. So,
and boy, didn't we love that format, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it played against us, in Summer League, but what, last season? Last summer?
This summer?
I did.
Pretty much every summer. 2019 year, I think it went against us too. Pretty much every year when we play good in the Summer League.
It spices it up though, DC and Lexxah, to see it, how the court looked, the uniforms and everybody.
It looked nice. That court was a banger, but it was much better with that win though.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? And the jerseys.
Love it, man. Absolutely love everything about it. What was going on tonight with the Pelicans, man. It was very refreshing to see that effort. Let's hit the individuals, y'all. BI and Jayhawk, man. Those are the two guys. They were tied for the team lead in scores, scoring 25 points by BI in 36 minutes, 11 from 20 from the field. He was 1 of 5 from downtown. He had 25 points, 9 boards, 7 assists, 2 steals. BI not that far off from a triple double, man. He was marching down there. 25 from Jayhawk in 33 minutes. Our rookie is fantastic. 8 of 17 from the field. He was 5 of 12 from downtown. Perfect from the foul line. Finished with a plus 13 on the plus minus, 6 boards, 3 assists for the young man. 25 points for Jayhawk, man. He was awesome out there. 19 from Zion in 27 minutes. 8 of 15 from the field. 7 rebounds, 5 assists. He had a couple of alley-oop throwdowns that was pretty good. One he missed.
And he had a jumper.
Yes, off the board, a bank shot. How about
Yeah, that was beautiful. That was a pretty shot.
we've been
A
calling?
little random, huh? I wasn't expecting that, man.
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, that was pretty good right there. And what did Daniel say? He's like, man, yeah, that was nice. He needs to take that shot more, man. That shot's there for him. Yes, that shot is definitely for him.
Hey, it's coming. It's coming, man.
19 from Herb, man. You want to talk about somebody that really
Oh, yeah.
laid it
Herb
on.
did his thing.
19 points from Herb in 31 minutes of action. He was 6 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from downtown, 5 of 6 from the foul line. He finished with 4 assists, 4 rebounds, 5 steals, 2 blocks. Herb was everywhere, and his just performance, his energy, his defense, he was just good to see him out there. He just was just special. And then, of course, we had 16 off the bench from Najee Marshall, 21 minutes, 5 of 9. 1 of 4 from downtown, 5 of 5 from the foul line. He had 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Dyson Daniels, 10 points, 29 minutes, 4 of 10 from the field, 2 of 5 from downtown. He had 6 assists, 3 steals for young Dyson in the game as well. So Big V finished with 6 points, 22 minutes. He had 3 rebounds and 4 assists as well in the matchup. Plus 23 on the plus minus for Big V in the game. So a lot of really good stuff to talk about. Plus other guys that didn't really score a lot, but had a really good effort out there hustling and doing some stuff for us. You've seen plus 17 by Matt Ryan in 20 minutes. He had 6 points and a couple of rebounds. Robertson Earl was doing a few positive things in there as well. So had a lot to talk about here. So leading into the stats, DC, please feel free to take it away, bro.
Well, I mean, we had a long list of guys that played well tonight, man, but you can only talk about so many. But like I said before, man, Herb stood out to me tremendously. Thought he set the tone defensively, and then he turned around and gave you 19 points, 4 rebounds, 5 steals, 2 blocks. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy stat line right there.
Thought
And
he
he-
had more steals than that.
But he had a bunch of deflections too, and other guys, they might have credited a few people with a couple of more. When you get that deflection, you don't always get credit for the steal sometimes. But man, he's glad to have her back. This defensive effort, I'm wholeheartedly putting it on him as well as Dice, because Dice impressed me almost as much too. Those two guys on the floor together, man, it's crazy defensively. It's just crazy. A lot of people ain't gonna want to see that. But other than him, man, I gotta give a shout out to the rookie. Hawkeye out there did his thing. Got 25 points on the night, man. Playing some fantastic basketball. Almost caught a body, but couldn't quite get it to go down. He continues to just take the cake, man. We knocked it out the park, taking this kid, man. I think he fits what we need perfectly. He also is a lot better on the boards than I was expecting. He's not shocking me defensively that he's a little better than people thought. I knew that, but I didn't expect him to be as good of a rebounder as he is. He just consistently gets 5, 6, at least 4 rebounds a night. I mean, he's 6'5", probably 180, 175 soaking wet. And he's doing that on top of just a hell of a skill set shooting at basketball, man. And when he get it going on a night like tonight, man, he heat up, give you 5 of them triples, out of 12 shots, man. That's all you can ask for. And 25 points, 33 minutes. So wasn't a starter, but he definitely got starter minutes tonight. And the other guy for me, I did like what I saw from Big Z, but BI, man, I thought him not pounding the ball, not dribbling as much, letting it go, and the ball will work its way back to him, being a little more, I guess, assertive or aggressive with initially taking the shot, driving, or kicking it off, and it resulted in a masterful night for him. 25 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. And him and Big Z had 2 steals, man. So they were playing a lot better defensively. There's still room for improvement with both of those two, but they kind of set the tone by locking in on defense too, man. And I think this is our identity. The Pels should be able to look back on this game, man, and this is how we play. We're a team that turns defense to offense, and when we get it going, I think we're unstoppable. So shout out to all the Pels players. I think everybody played a really good game. Najee too, man. I can't leave him out. Brought a lot of energy off the bench. Him and Dice off that bench was crazy. But shout out to all of them, man. This was a great team victory. And moving on to the next one, we play Denver. So hopefully we can redeem ourselves against them too.
Yeah, I got to tell you, man, I was just, though Najee Marshall, Herb Jones, Jordan Hawkins, how BI played close to that triple-double, how he was doing his thing out there, how him and Zion were playing off of each other, how they were spacing. I mean, it's just the energy, the intelligence was high, the effort was high. Guys was diving for the ball. They were communicating. Everything flowed real well tonight from the Pelicans, and I was like, wow, that's how it's supposed to go. So before we transition to this Denver game, I got to ask this question. And I know I already know the answer to this, but let me hear what you guys got to say about this. The Borrego effect. One game, Borrego leads the team. You know what's going on with Willie. Willie going to take his time to get healthy again. But seeing Borrego right there, if Willie was here, I ain't going to phrase it like that. Let's talk about Borrego. Borrego effect guiding this team tonight. How much of this? Well, I don't want to compare the two because I don't want it to be an unfair comparison.
Well, Big Q, like you talk about, you don't want to compare it. You done already opened Pandora's box.
I don't want to.
You done laid the groundwork and everything. They want to talk about. I don't want to compare.
Let me rephrase it, and you said the same thing in a different way.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to do that.
It's all right.
I want to create.
We get it.
I believe in the love.
We have to speak on it though, man. So,
yeah, we do.
Well, let's go ahead, talk on it. I'm not trying to throw Willie in the cross, but we got love for the love doctrine, but the Borrego effect is real, at least for tonight.
Well, who better to to coach this than the person that this offense is based off of? I think just the fact that it was a different voice, you know what I'm saying? Like, just from Willie, you could definitely tell the difference as far as in the presser. Just the tone and everything in the delivery. But I think having a different voice, and then that voice being from the originator of the offense, I think that was a huge difference. I think also it was an in-season tournament game, and it was at home. But this was just really different because Friday was also an in-season tournament, and it wasn't like this. But I don't know. I think the way that it came across from the originator makes a huge difference. I think that's the biggest thing. Because something has been amiss these last few games as far as with Willie and the rest of the team. So now y'all know what I've been saying about Willie, just the ability to make adjustments or just different things. But they even commented on Jason Kidd. He was given a lot of high praise. Like they said, Antonio Daniels was saying, yeah, when he heard that Borrego was going to be coaching, he was concerned. Like that's what he said. Like, he's coached against Borrego before, and Borrego has given him problems.
Oh, you meant Jason Kidd. You said Antonio Daniels. You had me lost for a second.
Yeah. Jason Kidd, like, he was commenting on Borrego coaching, and he knew that, oh man, we in trouble tonight. Like, he felt it. And
he also said he's one of the most intelligent basketball minds he's ever coached against.
That speaks volumes, man.
Well, let me ask you this: what did he say about Willie, Lexxah?
Big
well, I can tell you this. I don't think anybody's really commented on Willie.
So you mean to tell me Jason Kidd go sit up there and say that we
hey,
coach, but
real recognizes real.
You know what he said about
Willie?
Willie?
What I'm saying? Right?
You don't know what Jason Kidd said about Willie?
What he said? What he said?
I love Willie.
Yeah, probably.
Or something to that effect.
I'm telling you, man, like, Willie is very
Really
predictable.
nice guy.
They're probably glad when Willie, does, because he doesn't want to change up things. You know what I'm saying? So, but for Jason Kidd to comment that type of high praise about Borrego, that does speak volumes. That does say something. I mean, to have that type of respect for, the opponent coach. I mean, and I didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just quoting what Antonio Daniels was reporting when he talked to Jason Kidd. Like, he was like, man, yeah, we're in trouble tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, he was in trouble tonight, so he was absolutely right, and he wasn't.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that Borrego stepped in and it was a work of art to see the offense flowing, guys moving around, nobody stagnant. They're playing with intensity, intelligence. It was just phenomenal, man. And then they just manhandled a very good Dallas team, ran them out of it. They were even getting benefit. They were playing so well. They even had the referees encapsulated with the energy and the effort.
That's momentum.
They were getting all of the calls, like the stupid calls that Wonder Boy, Luka,
mm-hmm.
he wasn't getting those stupid bump into you calls like he usually would get. So it was just awesome seeing that happen tonight in this matchup. So DC, you want to comment on that before we jump to Denver, bro?
Yeah, man. On the flip side, man, I definitely liked what Borrego did, but I think this is more of a perfect storm brewing. We do have to put in perspective. His team was on a 5-game losing streak. We did get Najee back game before that. Still kind of getting into things. You got Herb coming back tonight. They're at home. BI as well as Zion. I've been looking a lot into them. They were working their ass off, man, before this game. They've been working together a lot, even shooting free throws together, trying to figure this out. So you had a lot of things going on just outside of Borrego's, but just having a different voice, a different vibe. And similar to what Lexxah said, like, I think his effect was more of it's his offense, right? And he gets to coach it real time in the game situations. They're on the sideline. No, hey, go over there. No, don't do that. Go there. Blah, blah, blah. And you're hearing all that real time. I think, it kind of put things in perspective for them to not be so lost on offense and kind of buy into it more. And I'm glad we had a game like this, because you heard Zion say he was trying to buy in, and everybody making that seem like he won't get traded again now. Even though we got to pull up his contract, because I don't even think Zion got a trade clause in his contract.
Well, I think that was misconstrued, though. I think everything that Zion has been saying, like, it's been taken out of context.
That's how they're going to do him, Lex.
Yeah, I
But
know. Well, they do that to him because he has a big name. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah,
like, that's just what comes with him. I mean, it's the same thing of any star. I mean, Andrew Lopez, he talked about that all the time. He says, look, because he's as big of a star that he is, every little bitty thing, whether it's good or bad, it's going to be blown way out of proportion. You know, that's just how it is. So,
yeah, yeah, that is. But as far as Willie though, man, I think we're in a situation where we can have the best of both worlds. We know Willie Green is not a great X's and O's guy. We know that. But he is a great motivator, man, great motivational speaker, a great pastor, as some of y'all say in the chat.
look,
The love
apparently
doctor
so is
himself.
Borrego. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you can't base all of that off of one game, Lex. I
Oh,
mean,
no, I'm not. I'm messing. But I mean,
I know.
the thing is that I'm not getting too high or too low on this game because this is one game that they weren't consistent in all four quarters. The
No,
energy
they won't.
though, I'm really stuck on the energy because that was the first thing that they needed. The energy and the effort was the first thing. It's like I don't care, you know, about anything else. The energy's got to be there. You know what I'm saying? It can't be going through the motions, but this is something that they can grow off of.
Most definitely.
Because obviously I think they can do better than this. I know they can do better than
Oh,
and then
they can
I
do a
think
lot
in one
better than
quarter they
this.
had like 44 points. The Pelicans gave the 40 point quarter this time instead of being on
The
the
receiving end of it.
receiving end. You know what I'm saying?
And it was in the third quarter. But
Yeah.
I hope Willie Green is at home, snuggled up with his scalp on, drink some hot tea, whatever the hell he got, getting together, man, and taking notes because I think James Borrego is showing him like, hey, these ATOs and maybe I don't know if that's a thing. If you can let your offensive coach like kind of communicate with the guys a little more with some of the X's and O stuff. Is that a thing? Or does that totally take him out of the realm of being a head coach?
I
But
mean,
I think they should look and consider a different approach of going about things because he definitely showed his impact and how he can get these guys playing this offense. We know what Willie Green can get them doing defensively. So I can't give Borrego all of that credit. They're always a phenomenal defensive team. But far as the way this offensive play, man, shout out to James Borrego, man, showing them how to do it, land blueprint, and like you said, Lex, hopefully they can build off of this.
Yeah, it's gonna be a couple of days actually before we get to the Denver matchup on the 17th.
No, Molly, I ain't saying Willie Green is dinner salad.
Come on, bro.
That's messed up, Molly. I would never do such a thing, man.
Yeah, that's going a bit too far, Marlon. Man. Come on, brother. Don't do that to
Dennis
him.
Allen should be fired, Molly. I ain't saying that about no Willie Green. Stop it, bro.
All right. So anyway, we got Denver next in the Smoothie King Center on the 17th. Man, we get another opportunity to get some revenge on the Joker. Yeah, y'all guys know we lost to him several games back, 134 to 116 in the matchup. Pelicans a couple days from now, man. We got a couple of more guys back here. Herb came back. We got Najee in that thing. Jayhawks hot. Zion and BI looking pretty good in this matchup. Can we transfer that energy into a win against this Nuggets team? So let's kind of get into that.
Never make nuggets.
well, definitely, I believe they can. One thing I do want to comment about is the starting lineup that we had tonight, because we didn't have shooting on the floor, but definitely the identity is a defensive running team. When that defense is popping like it did tonight, it really puts the opponent team on their heels, and it's almost like it compensates for the shooting that's not on the floor. So I thought that was kind of interesting because that was a concern when I looked at the starting lineup. But definitely, like if they can replicate this energy and more, and I don't know if that's gonna be an in-season tournament or if they're gonna be wearing their
Yeah,
jerseys, but no matter.
it's an in-season tournament game.
Okay, well, I mean, definitely, definitely got to bring the same energy and more. But no matter what the court looks like or what jersey they're in, they got to bring this every time. And if they can do that, you know, on Friday, you know, we give ourselves a chance to win the game. I mean, this is a really good Denver Nuggets team. I don't want to take that for granted because they are the defending champs. Um, I think the biggest concern is coming out that second half and letting it be a mirror image of the first half. But you know, like I said, just more energy and playing together, putting them on their heels, um, getting deflections, active hands, moving your feet, all that good stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, Dallas is what, top four, top four seed right now. They've been playing very well. Houston just beat Denver. They just beat them, and we could have easily beat Houston. I mean, we were up on them, but just didn't execute down the stretch. So definitely, I mean, I feel like, you know, they are beatable. They're very much beatable. We just got to put a whole game together and turn up the intensity even more in the second half.
You know what? If we play like this, man, I don't think there's too many teams that can compete with us when we play like this. To keep it real, you're absolutely right. It wasn't a perfect outing by a stretch. We still allowed. You know, we were put up 17. I want to say in the final quarter of play. Missed a ton of shots. We were taking some really questionable shots. I guess we was just doing what they do. But yes, I mean, if when we play like this and we able to kind of stretch it out over the entire length of the game, man, I don't think there's too many of any teams that can really stick with us. I'm looking at our depth chart, man, and I'm looking at all of the names, fam. I just got to say this. I'm gonna let DC jump in there, but you look at the depth chart right here: McCollum, Alvarado, Trey Murphy, Larry Nance is out. You know, we got all these different guys. These guys are very pivotal to the success of the team. Trey Murphy is our best shooter. Larry Nance does what he do. Jose Alvarado, super amp, defense, all this type of stuff. But I really gotta give, shots out to the Pelicans for some of these guys that they brung in here. That's kind of helping us while some of our core reserve guys come back. Like Matt Ryan and
Yeah, they ain't even got him up there.
yeah. Jeremiah Robinson Earl out there hustling, and Matt Ryan with I mean, they've done a real wonderful job of finding guys like those two to come in and kind of help keep things together. So I got
an immediate impact too.
Right. Jeremiah Robinson Earl gets in there. He gets his hustle stuff
going. I really like him.
He hit a couple of 3-point shots in the previous games, does his thing. Matt Ryan gets hot, and these guys both hustle. They not one-dimensional players. They hustle and do their thing. I think Matt Ryan had plus 17 on the plus -ers tonight. So I mean, they do a wonderful job. But DC, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I think J.R. Earl definitely does some great stuff for us. That hustle energy, man. Somebody was texting me telling me we need to get him off the team. I was like, man, that's our poor man's Herb. Yeah, we need to keep him. Good dude who can fill in. And we have been masterful at finding people to kind of hold on, man, till some of the heavy hitters come back. And looking forward to this Denver game, man. I'm gonna go out on a limb just like I did with the Mavs. I think we beat Denver too, because the Pels had Denver in this game. If y'all remember, we were playing fantastic, and then right out of that after halftime, man, we just came out and it was like they had the Space Jam ball and everybody touched it coming out of halftime because all of a sudden they just couldn't play basketball no more, couldn't make shots, didn't know what to do, and put up 2 20-point quarters to wind up just losing the game in a very lackluster effort. So if the Pels can put together 4 quarters of basketball, they actually going to have to improve on what they did tonight, meaning that I guess the game was almost pretty much out of reach in the 4 quarters, so they didn't have to do much. But they're gonna have to play 4 quarters of basketball against this Denver team. You're talking about the reigning world champs. We're in whatever this tournament game is. They're playing for money. And these guys are 8-2 right now, just like Dallas was, man. This is a difficult game. And they're not gonna be looking to lose this one or get blowed out. So we can't go in there thinking we gonna do what we did tonight to Denver. Or maybe we can, but if we don't do what we did tonight again against Denver, we got to be ready to play, man. And I think as long as they keep their identity, as in turning defense to offense, moving, not pounding the ball and dribbling all the air out of it, keep the ball moving, like we heard Borrego saying so many times. I could hear him saying, "Move the ball, move the ball." And when they asked them anything, that's all they kept talking about, moving the ball and what they were doing on defense. If the Pels can stick to that, I think they beat the Denver Nuggets team, and we will have just witnessed what we saw tonight as the turning point for the season. Like I said, I think this is something they're going to build off of. Don't know if it's going to turn into a long winning streak or not, but I don't think we're going to have any 4 or 5 game losing streaks anytime soon.
I did want to comment, like, the pace though. This was like the best, like, as far as pushing pace game that we've seen. And they definitely got to get up and down that floor. Because let me tell you something. If they do that, Jokic, he's not gonna be able to keep up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like last season when we were pushing pace, that makes it very difficult for Jokic. The game cannot slow down. It has to stay picked up because you're overworking him. And that really starts to trip him up. So definitely pushing that pace will definitely kind of help neutralize Jokic a little bit. I'm not saying it'll do it totally, but if they have him really running that floor, making him work on both ends, and that's what you do to anybody, any of the opponent stars. You have to make them work on both ends, because obviously they're going to go out there and be great, but you have to put pressure on them, make them defend, make them work on offense, just make them work. And if the Pels do what they did today, pushing that pace, getting him on his heels, getting him in bad positions, because Jokic is not the quickest person. He's just very witty, and he understands his speed. And it's kind of weird because, like, it's that European speed a little bit. Like, it's not fast at all. But the thing is, they understand the speed, like, with Doncic and Jokic and anybody else, they understand their speed where, it works for them. But we just gotta keep him on his heels, because he's the key. Everybody else, I mean, they're gonna be involved, but if we can pick up that pace and make him work on both ends, that'll make a huge difference.
Indeed, I definitely agree with that, man. Make him work, man. He is everything to those people. I mean, he leads them in scoring. He's averaging almost 30 points a game, 14 rebounds a game, and over 8 assists a game. I mean, the guy is just awesome. So I agree with that. Make him work as much as we can,
That's
man.
you got to do, take away them assists too, man.
Yeah.
Easy points from the others.
And
Yes.
then when he sits down, step on the gas, because you can tell a huge difference when he sits down. Jamal Murray's going to be out for a while. He's not playing in this game. So when he sits down, like, if the team is playing well enough, that's that time to really extend that gap. put your foot on the pedal and go.
There it is, man. That's coming up Friday, family. Friday at 7 p.m. tip-off time in the Smoothie King Center. NBA in-season tournament group play game against the Nuggets. 8-2, 2-2 on the road. The Pelicans, fantastic tonight. Let's make this happen again Friday and carry this forward, man. I love how tonight, when it was a good treat watching this game, man, them hammer the hell out of the Mavericks, man. I loved it. So anyway, with that being said, we're going to get ready to get out on that. Listen, I appreciate all the family members for chiming in on this episode of the Pelican Postgame Report. A very happy edition of the Pelican Postgame Report, because we just smashed the hell out of the Mavericks, man. We stopped the 5-game slide, man. And let's carry this forward into the next matchup here. I won't make any predictions. I'll hold that back. I'll just keep just keep doing.
Whoa, hold up.
Keep it going.
You
DC,
asked us
DC
who was gonna win. How you get to not make a prediction, bro? I think you trying to slither away, bro. What's going on here?
Oh, I didn't think we made predictions. I thought
right. I'm about to
we
say
just said, what do we need to do to win?
right. That's
Well, I made a goddamn prediction, so y'all need to make a prediction too. I can't be the only one out on the edge. Come on, Lex.
Oh man.
playing, bro. According to who said that? According to let's see, somebody said that. Who that? I forgot. Somebody said you got a plane, DC. So there you go, brother. So you can be on the edge.
What you talking about?
The Pelican owner said DC you could take Willie Green and let him coach the Jamaican Pelicans, and they got an airplane. She got
man, come on now. Ain't got no Pelicans in Jamaica, man.
Now I'm not making no predictions, bro. I'm sorry, I'm not. I love what happened today, but I want to see if they can carry this over.
Yeah, do it again.
You scared?
Do it again.
No,
I think y'all scared.
That ain't got nothing to do with that. It's just
I think the biggest thing is just the team being consistent. Like this was one game, and I'm excited. I loved the energy, but it's one game. They have to show that they can do this again. Like, because we talked about it and we know that they can. They proved it today. Now it's like, okay, do it again. And then after that game with obviously a W, do it again and get that W, and then do it again. You give yourself a better chance when you're consistent. And that's the big thing with this team, man. They haven't been consistent, so we still don't know what we're gonna get.
So y'all think
one game is not gonna do it.
They're not gonna do it again?
No, I'm just saying, like we want them to show us.
Right.
We want them to show us. I mean, because the thing is, it's
y'all
hard.
let the
It's really hard to
matchup
predict.
indicator scare y'all, man.
No, it ain't it. That ain't it, DC. We've seen enough of the Pelicans game this season.
I say they're gonna win, goddamn it. Y'all think they're gonna lose?
No, I'm not saying that. I just want consistency. This is one game.
DC understands that, Lexxah.
Out of 11.
He's stirring the pot with the plantain pudding in it. That's all.
I ain't taking nothing short of a goddamn prediction. We gonna win or we gonna lose?
All I know is DC.
Can we say that?
If they do what they did today and more, yes, they will win. But if they come out like they did against, all them other games, you know what I'm saying? It's not, it's not going to work. But
you keep talking like that, Lex. I'm gonna have to call you George Bush with all that double speak.
Oh no, don't you do that. Don't you do that. I rebuke that. In the name of Jesus, I rebuke that. Don't you do that. You trying to fight somebody, man. You trying to fight somebody.
Lex told me
all I'm saying, look,
like they play today, they gonna win. They don't play like they play today, they gonna lose.
Get them back.
Hey, look, man. Look. All these games, these quarters. Look, how many third quarters? You know what I'm saying?
Man, you ain't lying.
Look, we hit the jackpot today in the third quarter. Okay, I'm just saying, like, I want them to be consistent, show the consistency, and bring that energy. Bring that energy, please. Bring that energy.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be honest with you. If the Pelicans bottle this energy and they bring this energy with them into the Denver game, they're gonna beat the Nuggets. They're gonna beat.
Now,
Yeah.
now you just saying what Lex said.
No, I'm
Whether Willie's there or not, I just
I said this-
because I don't even know if Willie's gonna come back, but I do know that
Come
having a different voice and how they responded, you know, and then even the reaction to, you know,
Lex,
even the
Lex,
stuff that
Lex,
what
do that.
What?
Don't do that.
what.
Don't disrespect the doctrine of love. Don't do that.
Nah, chicken, I'm done with that doctrine of love. We need tough love.
Don't do that.
We need somebody to go off. You know, hey, I'm telling you,
Lex,
when the losing starts racking up, hey man,
Marlon said you got to poke your chest out, Q.
yeah. Sometimes you got to go off a little bit. You got to do, what did I say? Do things that are unconventional. Didn't I say throw out that game plan? What
Well,
happened today?
Mhm.
he got
What
sick.
happened today?
Well, he
What
got-
happened today?
Well, he
Come
got
on, speak about it.
he got
Look, he threw that game plan out.
Hey,
Okay,
you ain't
he
lying.
threw it out. He threw
All
it
right.
out.
He threw it out because he was throwing up, Lex.
Yes. Okay. And he went home. He went home to meditate about it. And then he let the originator of the offense.
Flu.
Okay. He let the originator of the offense come in and just speak a little bit of word, a different voice, a different delivery. And it resonated in the soul and the spirit and in the skill set of the players. And the energy rose up and they showed it on the court.
They did.
All
That,
right.
Okay.
that was awesome. That was awesome right there.
So I'm gonna take that as y'all say the Pelicans are gonna beat Denver. So all three of us agree the Pels will beat Denver on Friday.
Nobody
Now
said
you could go ahead and roll the credits now.
DC. You up on that plane? People said DC got the people up on the plane with rum cake and jerk chicken and everything.
Hey, you be lukewarm, I'll spit you out. You be hot or be cold.
There you go. Yeah,
Y'all
Reverend.
gonna jump on this Jamaican plane or get off?
I got you.
Come on, man.
DC, you crazy.
I love the way you're talking, man.
There you go. Get him, Lex.
It just does something to me, man. Like under the sea, you know what I'm saying?
Respect.
Oh man, that's a good one, man. But yeah, man. Y'all up top, man. It's gonna, if they do this, DC, stop trying to put word in people's mouth. You heard what we said. If the Pelicans play with this energy, bottom line, bro.
We need the energy, man.
I feel like y'all cheating though, man. Y'all,
Right in the
y'all
chuck.
gotta,
Nobody's
are they gonna
cheating,
play
man.
with
We
the
just
energy?
keeping
Or
what we
they gonna
speaking,
not?
you
They're playing the plantain pudding, man. Let's
Make me some, bro. Make me some.
DC.
Now,
man,
this right here is the doctrine of love.
Boy, Lex got that down pat, boy.
she do, man. She do. That's pretty cool.
Let
Well,
me
thank
find
you
out
very
you got
much,
some. You got some of that in your roots.
Oh, of course. I get it from my mama, man.
Oh man. All right,
Oh man.
get out on that, man. It's been a great night of basketball. 5 Pelicans, man. We feeling good about it. The Pelicans made us all happy, man. They had excellent effort. Let's carry this into Friday, man, and make it pop. So with that being said, we're gonna get on out on that. When y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and feel free to share the show on your social media feed, man. We'll be back on Friday, baby, to recap the Pelicans matchup with the Denver McNuggets, man. Let's get this dub.
TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, Pro Shop is the platform's store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel